basketball on a Saturday afternoon. It's actually a doubleheader, but it's first game at 2, a second game at 7:30. Both games involving Coyotes, but not from the same campus. We will head down to Bay Minette for game 2 of our doubleheader. As in this one, the Timberwolves and the Coyotes tangle. Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage. It is the Coyotes in possession as we get your ball game underway. For the Coyotes, DeAndre Tank Washington, Gerard Living as that goes out of bounds. Elijah Lewis, Trey Durant, Gabe Stevens on the floor. Meanwhile, the starters for the Timberwolves of Florida, Gateway, Tariq Pitts, Samon Moore, Tyjon Wright, Israel Yant, Amon Greenidge. And this may be the first meeting between these two, who are similar in a number of ways. Both come in with 500 marks. 6-6 on the year are the Timberwolves. 5-5 are the Coyotes. And neither team has had the same starter every single game. Now, the Timberwolves have had the same starters for a lot of games, but not every game. Both teams with the possession. Still scoreless. Fed over to Greenidge. Thin down low off the glass, Moore. And the opening points in this one belonging to the Timberwolves, and very quickly Chuck Taylor asking for time. Less than 90 seconds into the ball game. Well, obviously, Coach Taylor seeing something he wanted to correct immediately. And uses a timeout early in this one. 2-zip ball game. Fed into the paint, Living. Able to get the defense off its feet, Greenidge, but the miss. Rebounded by Yant. Florida Gateway, a D2 out of Region 8, obviously. Coastal North, a D2 out of Region 22. And Greenidge will wind up on the floor. And there will be a foul called. I believe that is going to go against Durant, and he will come out of the game. So too will every one of the starters. So you talk about wholesale substitutions, we just got them. Into the game, Brittany Polk-Reed, Joshua Whitehurst, Reginald Como. You've got Elijah Pippen and Ozell Purifoy. All coming in quickly. So we are, 2 minutes, 6 seconds into the ball game? And we have already seen from the Coyotes 10 different players in just a tad over 2 minutes. Yan at the line shooting. Double-digit score on the year, 79% free throw shooter. And an early 4-zip lead for Gateway. Into the opposite corner, Whitehurst to pull up Jay. And there's the first points for the Coyotes. Opening half of basketball, speaking of half, at halftime, JUCO Rush, this week's edition. It's a 30-minute, actually this week about a 37-minute show. Downsized for a 15-minute halftime. But if you want to see it in its entirety, it's available on YouTube. Feign and fire, Como with a miss. As I mentioned, after we wrap up here, we head down to Bay Minette, a 7:30 tip for the University of Mobile's JV and Coastal South. Here on JockJive, the miss by Greenidge. Como with the rebound, hands it over to Purifoy. Check that is Pippins. Whitehurst, 3-ball, not there. Greenidge grabbing the board, goes over to Pitts. Moore back out front to Yant. 4-2 game, low scoring early. For a couple of teams that average better than 73 a game. But we learned quickly in that win over MMI last week for Coastal North that they can put some points on the board and do it quickly. Como from just outside of the lane. Moore handing it to right near the stripe. Como got a piece of it, but apparently got a piece of Wright as well. And that sends Wright to the stripe. After the media timeout. Got our first one of the game at the 15:30 mark.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something. A community that wants you to succeed. Thrive. We don't care where you've been, only where you're going and how we can help you get there. Here, instead of getting lost in the crowd, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, coyotes. You'll experience new possibilities and emerge stronger, more knowledgeable, together. That's the pack. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Tyjon Wright at the strike. As we come out of the media timeout, Wright, a 60% free throw shooter, has had 11 starts in the 12 games prior. And he'll go 2 for 2. Coyotes coming off a heartbreaking loss to Bevel State at the buzzer by 1. After trying to put together back-to-back conference wins, starting the season with a victory over MMI, Pippins turns it into a 2-point game again. Pitts with it top side, works his way into the paint. Tucked it on the hip, banked it off the window. Whitehurst with the rebound. Ball left behind, retrieved by Greenidge. And then taken right back by Pippins. One of the alley to Como. Instead going the other way with it. Right, and the easy 2-in jam from Yount. Back to a 4-point lead. Visitors on top. Pippen thinking about the three. Over to Como. Drives it. Banks it. Got fouled. Has a chance for three. So Como to the stripe. 7 points a game. Very good free throw shooter at 87%. Michael Reyes into the game for the Timberwolves. Also checking in is Logan Godfrey. Como trying to cap off the three. Reyes with a rebound. And we're back to a 2-point game. Pitts giving it to Reyes. Right taking it baseline, reaching from the backside to tip it away, Reed. And he'll come up with a loose ball. Hands to Whitehurst to Pippen. That is Purifoy with it. Into the paint, couldn't get it to drop. Retrieved by Yant. And that'll be thrown out of bounds and give another opportunity for the Coyotes to tie it up or maybe take the lead depending on shot selection. Nice feed to Como, reverses it, and we're tied at 8. What a nifty little Como move. Right hand to get rid of it was stumbling. It was either a walk or get rid of it to somebody. Took his chances on getting it to a Timberwolf, and it will go out of bounds off the Coyotes. So Wright must be living right. Well, I guess he always lives right? Turnover, Coyotes with a chance to grab their first lead in the game. Put in play to Pippen. Works it out front to Como. He's had one from down low. How about one from way out? Coyotes shoot about 30% on the threes. That is Pitts who loses it. Retrieved by Godfrey. Back over to Godfrey at the elbow. He'll rattle it in. And don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You're watching on YouTube. Read for 2. Meaning there should be a subscribe button nearby. I think we're like 20 away from where we would like to have been a week ago. At 5,400 subscribers. So if you haven't already, please do. Games, interviews, conversations, shows, and more. Reyes off the rim for 3. Into the corner to Whitehurst. In, rims out. Godfrey's got it. Pull up Jay outside of the lane. Went in and out and then back in for Omarion Brown, who is checked in. From one side of the floor, Whitehurst to Pippen. Down low, Purifoy trying to get it to Como, and stepping in to intercept is Wright. Godfrey with a spin, trying to bank it. Como with a board. The ollie, a little bit behind Purifoy. Got it to Reed, and it's tipped back by Purifoy. Given to Reyes at the timeline, defending is Whitehurst. Pitch to Brown, tipped away by Purifoy, grabbed by Como. Whitehurst reverses it for two. Reyes, it's taken away by Whitehurst. And he will attract the foul at the 9:31 mark with a whole bunch of guys. A heap of fellers, as we would say, in the South looking to get into the game, but it will happen after the media timeout at the 9:31 mark.
There once was a young coyote.
You're fired.
He found himself ill-suited for the jobs of the world. He struggled to compete in the corporate environment.
This isn't working out.
And failed at the simplest of tasks.
I think I'm gonna have to let you go.
No matter how hard he tried, his coyote hands were just not meant for regular jobs.
That guy is fired.
Until one day, when he was hired for the perfect job. To become a mascot. And then he found the place where he could thrive. Find the place where you thrive at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Whitehurst with the first of two. Coming out of the media timeout, 9:31 left in the half. Coyotes trying to make it two straight, 2 out of 3. Or 3 out of 4, whichever you like, but Meatloaf preferred 2 out of 3. You know, ain't bad. If you don't know about the song and Meatloaf, then you're young. Not a lack of knowledge, just young. William Page in the game. Elijah Lewis back in. Gerard Living checking back into the game too. Jonathan Finch is in. And Alterius Beasley for the Coyotes. Meanwhile, Reyes and Godfrey off the floor. Back in is Yance. And back in is Wright for Florida Gateway. One more for Beasley, a 50-50 free throw shooter, and he goes 50-50. Fed over to Moore. Moore brings it to the baseline. Back out front to a new face on the floor, Bryant Boykin. And there is a walk by Boykin. Coyotes put it in play from the baseline on the opposite end of the floor. Given to Page. Nice slide pass to Living for an easy 2. Championships in college football underway today. Last night, Boise State wins. Army wins. Last I checked, Arizona State was winning big. And of course, you got Georgia and Texas in about 37 minutes. Into the corner to pitch. Back it goes to Page. Lewis to Living. That is Page for 3, and he'll knock it down. Also got the ACC championship. Clemson and SMU. Off the rim with a Brown 3. Rebounded by Fitch and given to Page. And of course, SMU's got some local flavor. We cover Bayside Academy football, and Graham Uner from Bayside, a backup center for Southern Methodist. And the timeout on the floor. Another one of the media variety. Back in 60.
When you're starting something new, it's never easy. You're going to make mistakes. You'll doubt yourself. But you're in a place that wants you to succeed, thrive. And soon, it will just start to feel right. Suddenly, you'll get it. Your fear will turn to confidence. First-time tasks become second nature. And what seemed impossible is right in front of your eyes. Because once the light bulb goes on, there's no turning back. You may wonder how you got here, and be glad you did. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
So the Coyote faithful coming out on a December Saturday when a lot of communities are celebrating Christmas with parades and other festivities. We're celebrating with some round ball. Fitch with a jumper, too strong. From the elbow, just a tad off the mark for Moore. Living with the rebound. Out front to Page. 10-point advantage, Coyotes. Driving it baseline for 2. That is Elijah Lewis. Coyotes jumping out to the 12-point lead in pursuit of a above 500 mark, as Beasley will be charged with the foul. It'll be non-shooting brought in from the near sideline. In play to Yant. Right back over to Yant. Top side, Boykin splashes in the 3. All kinds of contact, and it is going to be charged to Boykin. Ian Beasley got tangled up. Boykin with a foul. And Beasley, the 50-50 free throw shooter at the stripe. Two-shot foul for Beasley. Trying to extend the lead again to double digits. And if he stays on the average, he'll make this one. 1 of 2 shooter typically on average when he goes to the line. So another from Beasley. And yeah, right on average, 50-50. Right Scott and right side. Into the paint to Yant. And Yant got it to drop in. Coached it over the rim, drops it in for 2. Gets the game back inside. Double the single digits. Lewis trying to put it out in front by double digits again on the other end of the floor. Yet hits the bucket, drew the foul. Yet with an opportunity to turn it into a 5-point game. The 79% free throw shooter, getting his 8th start of the year today. Gateway, a 2-game win streak. Knocking off Trinity Baptist and Santa Fe. Coming into this, the 7th day of December. Good looking shot from Elijah Lewis. Right off the rim. Teammates paddling. Living's got the rebound. Page out to near midcourt. Living. Lewis asking for a screen. Takes it to the glass. Got the shot. Able to get around the right defense. Three en route. Boykin, another tray. Five Coyotes and a single Timberwolf on the sidelines, getting ready to check in at the next dead ball. There's a 3, there's a foul, and a chance for 4. Wright committing the personal. And we are to the last media timeout of the half. When we come back, a chance for a 4-point play.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. We don't care where you've been, only where you're going and how we can help you get there. Here, instead of getting lost in the crowd, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, Coyotes. You'll experience new possibilities and emerge stronger, more knowledgeable together. That's the Pack. That's Coastal Alabama. This is where you'll thrive.
Lewis shooting one. Rebounded by Wright. Missed 4-point play opportunity. And a missed opportunity to push the lead out to double digits again. Boykin with a jumper off the rim. Rebounded by Purifoy, who's back in. And he will draw the foul on the opposite end of the floor. Purifoy averaging 11 points a game, a 53% free throw shooter. One of 3 double-digit scorers on this Coyote squad. Inside 3 to go in the half. And at halftime, the JUCO Rush, talking about junior college football. If you keep up with junior college football, you know this is a huge weekend. When the Final Four become the Final Two. Three ball from Pitts. It's an air ball, but they're underneath to put it back is right. Como back in. Javan Duncan into the game for the first time tonight. And sent a rocket to Como, a rocket from close range. And that had Como going, hey, that's head high and coming at me at about 40 miles an hour. Can we, turn the velocity down just a tad? Drive by Purifoy. Rebounded by Pitts. Three en route. It's there for Yant. And we are back to a 6-point game nearing halftime. That is Trey Duran in the game. Misses down low. Wrapped up by Wright. Kicks it over to Yant. Off the glass, and there was a blocking foul on Duncan. Samora shoots. A 75% free throw shooter. A 64% free throw shooting team. Duncan back to Durant. It is short, but there is a foul. And don't forget, too, that if you watch this game or any game that we do later, all possible. Go to the premium channel website, click on the menu, sign up for the premium channel, $25. Gives you a year's worth of access and unlimited downloads to anything on the website. Whether basketball, football, baseball, softball, volleyball, you name it. Durant, a couple of misses. Gateway trying to make it a one-possession game. Wright's got it at the stripe. Stripped and then back into the hands of somebody wearing green in Pitts. Turns it into a 36-33, I believe, game. It hasn't changed yet on the scoreboard here, but I think it's a little closer than the current 5. There we go. So the Coyotes want to go into the locker room up by more than the current 3, and they will by 5. Nice drive at the buzzer by Durant. And we head into the locker room at halftime in a 5-point game. JUCO Rush, all about junior college football, coming up next and at the half on JockJive.
And welcome into the JUCO Rush. I'm Mike Fraser. He's Robert Williamson. Semi-finals in the NJCAA all set. 4 teams competing for a national championship. The JUCO Weekly Trophy. 5 finalists were announced earlier. And it is go time in the postseason. Robert, Iowa Western entertains Northwest on Friday night. And then the matinee on Sunday, it's Georgia Military at home on grass taking on Hutchinson. Robert, how are you?
I am doing good. How about you, Mike Fraser? By the way, I noticed I'm down here in southern Alabama. I mean, Florida is about a stone's throw away. I'm decked out in the heavy weather gear. You're up in Chicago where, heck, it's probably snowing, and you got a T-shirt on. What's up with that?
Yeah, self-promotion, the JUCO Weekly logo. That's why.
I
got the heat blowing. It's
all
pretty
right.
good. Yeah, no, it's not too bad up here. 29 degrees, no snow, sunny today, so not bad, not bad. On the show today, we've got the 5 JUCO Weekly finalists on there. We've got Will Cornelson, the talented linebacker for Tyler. We also have Iowa Western pair, Fresh Walters, the wide receiver, the quarterback, Hunter Deckers. And then we have the 2 running backs who are the finalists, Northwest, Damarian Petit, and also Hutchinson's Wayman Jordan. And, hey, on those running backs, Robert, Damarian Petit committed today to Coastal Carolina, and Wayman Jordan committed today. He made the big jump, and he's going to the University of Central Florida.
Man, those 2 schools picking up some great running backs. Top 2 running backs in the NJCAA, Jordan 1,300 plus, Petit 1,200 plus. Quality backs, going to play some quality football this weekend, but also next year.
Yeah, no doubt. And man, it's been great to watch these guys play. One guy we watched was Will Cornelson. And, man, Robert, we had his teammate on, Darian White, earlier in the year. Great guy, too. And they were talking about the great chemistry, the general affection they have for one another, and how they both battle for that tackle title. And Cornelison edged him out by 2 tackles, I think, 126 to 124. But wasn't that pretty cool? We haven't talking to both of those guys.
It was, and really hadn't thought about the fact that that's exactly what happened. We talked to one linebacker, I guess, about 8 weeks ago, and now the other today.
That's right. And here is that interview. Will Cornelson, linebacker for Tyler, a finalist for the JUCO Weekly Trophy, sat down with the JUCO Rush. Will Cornelson joins us. Will, man, congratulations, man. You're a top 5 finalist for the JUCO Weekly Trophy. What a year you've had. What a year you've had, Will.
Yes, sir. It was a blessing to, be on a team full of guys that, just they wanted it every day, from spring ball up until fall camp. We all had a singular goal in mind, and it was definitely a privilege to be, a part of a coaching staff and a part of a linebacker room that, really pushed me as a player. And everyone, we came together, we accomplished a lot of goals, and we created a lot of history in Tyler. So I'm really proud of my guys and what we were able to accomplish.
Will, I asked the tough questions. Last year, you were number 34 on the roster. This year, you're 10. Why the change?
Well, so, man, I like number 10. That's always been the number that I've wanted to have. They had me at a jack linebacker last year, so I played more of an impactful role this year in the defense, and I got to pick my number this year. So 10 is what I wanted to roll with. So Coach hooked me up and let me put it on.
You and Terrion Wyatt all year long, man, you're battling back and forth. You got more tackles than he does. He's got more than you do. And then, so a couple of questions all wrapped up into one, and that is, how was that competition? I know it was a friendly competition. That's number one. Number two is, did it make you a better football player?
Absolutely. Being in a room with Darren, such a high-level linebacker, it was, we earlier in the year, in spring and in fall, we both had goals that we set out for ourselves and for each other, together as a linebacker duo, and we accomplished all those goals. And, every day, whether it's practice or meetings, we're always real locked in on what's going on, and, being the best versions of ourselves. We were part of a great coaching staff that pushed us as well. And, it was definitely a blessing to be able to play alongside that guy, for sure. It definitely pushed me, and I know I pushed him. It was a great deal that we had going on.
All right, on the JUCO Rush here, we've got 2 guys in here now. These are 2 JUCO Weekly Trophy finalists, 2 guys that are having just incredible seasons, and they're playing for a football team that's back-to-back national champs and is hosting Northwest on Friday night. You see the quarterback, Hunter Deckers, and also the wide receiver, Fresh Walters, joining us here on the JUCO Rush. Fresh.
Yes, sir.
Your best asset as a receiver. Tell us what it is. Hands, feet, style. What is it?
I'll say my best asset as a receiver is just being able to be dependent on third downs, or just being able to be dependent on them making an explosive play. Like I'm just an explosive playmaker, and if you need to call on somebody, you can call on me.
Hunter Deckers, I got to ask you, man, when you came to Iowa Western, you were looking for an opportunity to, again, display those skills to the next level, to the NFL, to Canadian football, whatever the case might be. Man, did you ever imagine that this was going to be the stage? You would be in the Final Four. You would lead in about 5 or 6 different categories and be one of the finalists for a major award.
To be honest, I've never really been the type to just sit there and look at stats, like individual stats. Like the winning aspect of it, though, yes, I expected to be here. Like I expected for this team to make it this far and win it all, to be honest. But the individual stats part of it, I really don't look too deep into, and I really don't look at ever. So I can't really say much on that part of it.
So Fresh, tell us about Hunter. Then Hunter, tell us about Fresh. What's it like at practice with Hunter? What's it like in the huddle? What's it like on the bus?
First of all, just the relationship we got together off the field is what built that. When he first got here, I didn't know where things was gonna go, and I just trusted him. The first day he got here and I met him, we just went to the indoor and we just went straight to work. So I knew what it was gonna be, and he's just a special player. Like, I've been Division I. I've been playing with a lot of good quarterbacks and a lot of good camps, but this is honestly, it's just, you got to say it, that this is the best quarterback I ever played with, and I'm just thankful for it. And he just know a lot of things, and he just make it easy on you. So when you got a quarterback like that, you just got to catch the ball and just make a play at that point, because he's making everything else easier.
Hunter?
Yeah, to be honest, I would kind of say our relationship is kind of like brothers. Like, I mean, we literally we room together. So like, I mean, we're one door down from each other. So
Yeah.
we're with each other all the time. I mean, we're always getting extra work in. We're always, I mean, after we get off the field, we're always communicating on what we see from his perspective, what I see from my perspective. But I'd say what's the best for him is he's always willing to learn. Like he's always wanting to know what he can do better to help himself and the team. And I feel like for someone at this level, that's super special.
Fresh, I got to ask you, we were talking before we went on the air that you weren't familiar with Iowa Western a couple of years ago. So tell me in kind of a nutshell what got you from Charlotte, North Carolina to Council Bluffs, Iowa.
I ain't get as many things or what I thought I was going to get. And after that, it's just I've been an underdog my whole life. So it was just betting on myself. And coming here, I got Navion Cargill, he a tight end, and Marion Davis, they both from Florida. I grew up with them, so, I mean, it ain't make it too hard of a decision what JUCO I was going to go to.
And back on the JUCO rush, here we go. We got the top 2 running backs in the country in NJCAA football. You see up there, up top in the blue, it's Wayman Jordan from Hutchinson, Kansas. On the bus, down left in the red, it's Demarion Petit. D, how are you?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Good. Wayman, welcome in.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, guys, you both committed today. Let's start with you, Wayman. Congratulations. You committed to UCF.
Thank you.
Congrats. What was that process like?
Very hectic process with all the schools calling and texting, trying to get me. But I think my heart just told me to go with UCF.
Very good. And Demarion, you made your selection as well. Congratulations. Tell everybody where you decided to go.
I decided to go to Coastal Carolina.
That's right. Yeah, man. What was the determining factor for you?
Like I said, I think it may have been the beach. I think I like to sit out there at the beach. But they run the football a lot. It's a good program. They got a good academic program. So I think it fit me quite well for the most part.
And let me say thanks to both guys for joining us. Demarion's on the road with Northwest Mississippi on their way to Iowa, and Wayman's going to be flying out to Georgia here in a little bit. Wayman, let me start with you. You went to a high school that produced Emmett Smith, Emory Smith, Trent Richardson, and now Wayman Jordan from Escambia High School there in Pensacola. What in the heck is it about Escambia that produces such great running backs?
I honestly just think it's just the city in the whole. I mean, I think we all just come from the same kind of background, and we just all work on how to run the football.
And Demarion, you look at where you guys are going now. Let's switch and talk a little matchup action. First of all, I looked at the weather forecast. Ain't going to be too bad for you in Council Bluffs, man. So should be pretty good running weather for you.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What did you see on film against Iowa Western? What's it going to take to knock them off?
Like I said, they're pretty good team. You know, they run for a reason. But we're going to have to, like I said, we're going to have to run the football. We got to take our side and make our side. Helmet on the helmet, and we should be all right.
Hey, I just want to be on record right now. My co-host, Robert, he's taking Iowa Western, man. I'm on you guys. I'm jumping on your train, man. So you let the guys on the bus know that Frazier's on you guys.
Okay, yes, sir. I got you.
Mike, you forget that I do have access to the controls. I can cut you completely out of this conversation. But I'm going to leave you in for now. Wayman, you got Georgia Military College coming up. They have got a really strong run defense. Are they the best defense you face this year?
I still can't say yes to that. No, sir, they're not. I still believe I don't think they're going to be the toughest defense we ever faced. So I think they're going to be definitely a scrappy defense, but I don't think they're going to be our toughest matchup. No.
Look, all these guys are studs. These players, these coaches. I mean, Rob Manchester, Hall of Fame human being. You've got Scott Strohmeyer, another class act. You got Drew Dallas at Hutch, another first-class individual. Benji Parker, a great man, well-respected and well-liked, in the football world. So 4 good guys, quality football players. And look, you look at these programs, Georgia Military, a program that has a great tradition, Hutch, Iowa Western, and their short history, Northwest, what they've done. So, man, you got 4 powerhouses that are playing football in the semifinals, man.
And they are obviously our games of the week. Northwest and Iowa playing on a Friday, Hutch and Georgia Military on a Sunday. Mike, you want to pick them?
Yeah, I'm going to go Northwest at Iowa Western. I'm going to go Northwest. I think I just like them to win that football game out in Council Bluffs. And then down in Georgia, I like Hutch. I think Hutch is going to get the job done winning that football game against a very good Georgia Military football team.
It feels like we are back to normal now because I'm going opposite on both. Iowa Western is who I pick over Northwest. You obviously already alluded to that in our conversation earlier. And I'm going with Georgia Military at home field advantage. And Hutch, longest road trip of the year. I'm going with the Dogs and the Reavers. Welcome back as we get set for second half action. Have you enjoyed the JUCO Rush? It's about a 37-minute program this week, downsized to a 15-minute halftime. So if you want to catch it in its entirety, it is available on our YouTube channel. So subscribe if you don't mind. I mean, it's not a mandate, not a requirement. It's just a request. But we are trying to get to 5,400 and would love to be there today. And I think we need about 20 more to get there. Second half action underway. Tight ball game. Florida Gateway made it that way late in the first half. Opening possession, nothing doing for Gateway. Durant with a rebound. Out of the corner. That is Lewis, and Lewis for 2. Gateway with Yant, Pitts, Moore, Wright, and Greenidge on the floor, the same 5 that began the ball game. And it looks like the Coyotes are doing the same. First 5 are the current 5. Durant with another rebound. And of course that is Durant, Washington, Living, Lewis, and Stevens. I tell you who's been quiet. It's that guy right there, Washington. Typically averages about 15 a game, but has been quiet thus far in this one. Out of the corner comes Yant. More firing to right. Down low to Greenidge, leaning in Washington, and he leaned a little too much. If he kept the body upright, probably didn't pick up the foul, but he started leaning over a bit. And will be charged with a personal that's got Greenidge shooting. Florida Gateway goes from the ACCC, the Alabama Community College Conference, to the GCAA next. And that'll be on Monday. They travel to Macon to take on Central Georgia Tech. Greenidge has got us where we were at the half, separated by 5. Road games 1 and 2 for Florida Gateway. Lewis with a miss. Loose ball. Picked up, though, by Pitts. And the jumper by Moore. Back to a one-possession game again. Washington gives to Lewis. Lewis at the charity stripe, just a little bit strong. Right with the rebound. Lost it, nearly picked up by Stevens, instead taken back by Moore. Yan walks it into the corner, out front to Pitts. That is Moore for three off the rim, rebounded by Living. Durant kicks it over to Living. Into the paint. Nice feed to Durant. Unselfish basketball for Living. Could have tried to force something in the paint, found Durant instead. Greenidge down low. Right, nice job of creating a seam. Drew the foul of Living. And Wright with an opportunity to again narrow that lead. Though Coastal North is on the road, and typically we bring you home games only for North, they happen to be playing South on Monday. So we do South's home games too, which means, of course, that we will be there for the coverage. And next week, a busy week of basketball. I think we've got something every night. I think this is clock related. I don't think it is related to anything that happened on the floor. But as we all know, I could be wrong based on historical data, and how frequently I am wrong could be here too. Well, if it was clock related, nothing was done to the clock. Well, the shot clock was moved down, so yeah. It was shot clock related. Durant, left-hander from the left side, good. Yan with Lewis defending, feeds to Greenidge. Greenidge a little strong. Yan's put back trying out there. Purifoy's in the game. Came up with a loose ball. Back to Purifoy for two. Stolen away by Durant. Washington off the window. And that will prompt a Florida Gateway timeout as the Coyotes stretch the lead to 9.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Always here, always shooting basketball. I'm assuming that is per Coach Chuck Taylor's instructions. Talk about a thorough coaching staff. All material they can get to analyze, to evaluate. They're gathering it in. All season long, they take their basketball very serious here. Washington to Durant, living. Giving to Lewis, back to Durant. Executed to perfection. Purifoy finishes it off. The lead goes to 9. Fading, firing a little bit short more, but he is fouled. And more to the stripe after we take a media break with 14:33 left in the game.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone, because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. Here, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, coyotes. That's the pack. That's Coastal Alabama.
Just keeping relatives updated on the score here. Okay, I don't know that to be a fact. I can't read lips from the opposite side of the floor. Might not be talking about the game period. 14.5 to go. Coyotes trying to climb over the 500 mark. So 2 are the Timberwolves. Moore will shoot a 76% free throw shooter. Next game at home for North is the 11th of December, when, I guess a little ironically, they take on a team that we'll see tonight, the University of Mobille's JV. Seven-point game with lots of time to go. Elijah Pippen in the game. Whitehurst in the game. Como is in. Purifoy and Washington have been in. And that is Como knocking down the long 2. Nearly got away from Dawson Norman in the game. Norman did not get first half minutes, but on the floor now. Off the rim, wrapped up by Pitts. Back it goes to Wright, lost it out of bounds. Last touch to Coyote. I mentioned next week, every day of the week, including Saturday. I was thinking maybe Saturday we had off, and told me we don't. We will be in Americus, Georgia for South Georgia Tech basketball. So if you like junior college basketball, here's your source. That'll go out of bounds off Como. And another good reason to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, you can do like a lot of folks did today. They just clicked in, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes ahead, and waited for the coverage to begin. That's part of what you can do when you subscribe. Washington with a miss. Put back there for Como. And the Coyotes push that lead back out to double digits. Norman stolen away. Boykin the intended target. Flipped over to Washington, and Washington couldn't hang on. It is not a wise decision for me to try to tell you what we're doing next week off the top of my head. It is a better decision to go to the Google Calendar. Pippen with a drive draws the foul. So let's see if I can find my Google Calendar and tell you exactly what's coming up. Coastal North, Coastal South, men's basketball on Monday. Pearl River, Coastal North, women's basketball, Tallahassee, and Coastal South women's basketball on Tuesday. University of Mobile's JV, Coastal North men on Wednesday. Walla-Selma, Coastal South women's basketball, Pearl River, Coastal South men's basketball on Thursday. Friday, Southwest Mississippi, Coastal South men's basketball, LBW Coastal North men's and women's basketball. That's on Friday. And then on Saturday, Tallahassee and South Georgia Tech. And that is men's basketball, by the way. 3-ball to miss. The put back there for Purifoy. So, yep, it's busy next week. And if junior college basketball is your cup of tea, well, we've got a pitcher full, a tea kettle full. Give it a Yant right side. Backs up and fires the three. Knocks it down. Whitehurst there to defend, but not enough. Washington, baseline move. Got rid of the defensive pits. Splashed in by Boykin. Boykin, a non-starter today. As a matter of fact, has only started 2 games this year, but has had some quality minutes on the floor for the Timberwolves. Pippen able to snag a high toss. Como. You talk about bailing a team out. Como did. Pass was too high. Looked like it was about to become a turnover. But he got it back and got fouled. Just about all white. Jones County diving catch, shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Well, I'm not sure what happened to Boykin just prior to the timeout. It is obvious he's in a little pain. Right there with him is the on-staff trainer for Coastal North. So he is in good hands. Right about half of the quarter to go, or half of the half, which would be a quarter, wouldn't it? Como, 7 points a game, very good free throw shooter. Got the lead at 13, trying to push it to 14. That is Reyes with a rebound who has checked into the game. Reyes got into the game in the first half. First trip onto the floor in half number 2 comes about halfway through. To the other end of the floor, the lay-in from the opposite side by Washington. Got a little push down low. I think Como's trying to plead his case, going, well, are you sure? Brown into the game. Out goes Norman. Reyes to put it in play from the baseline. Gets it to Godfrey, who, like Reyes, got some first half minutes, but for the first time he's in half number 2. Coyotes trying to improve their home mark to 4-2. They've only played on Saturday once before and lost that game. Como saving it on the floor to Washington. Laid up and in by Whitehurst. Godfrey might have got away with a walk. There is a bucket from Pitts. And Godfrey charged with a foul. Brought in from the baseline. Coyotes also 3-2 against non-ACCC teams. Living in, Washington out. Whitehurst drives for 2. Purifoy the steal. 1 in the jam. Didn't get it. Timberwolves will have it. Right back to Brown. Brown to Godfrey. Follow up. Wouldn't fall. Whitehurst coming up with it. He'll drive. Godfrey will commit the foul. And I think we're in the media timeout. We are. I think Coach Shaq Taylor was saying, hey, I'm enjoying the game so much, can we skip it? But according to the officials, we got to take a break. I am not sure how we ever survived without these little computers in the hand. I mean, I can leave the wife behind and not notice, but I can go 2 or 3 minutes without my computer and panic. Okay, that's not true. Do not tell my wife I said that. I cannot leave her behind for a few minutes. But just, accentuating the significance we put on phones. Reyes with a miss on the 3. Kind of walk by Purifoy. Most points from the offense this year for Coastal North, 94 against MMI. '71 currently. Pippin backing it way out. Brown with him each step of the way. Purifoy to Whitehurst. He'll put up a long 3 off the rim. Not quite long enough. Amon Moore coming into the game. Godfrey will exit for the Timberwolves. As we get inside, 7 to play. Fan into the corner, nobody there. Right, thinking Brown was headed for the corner, he wasn't. And it'll be Coyote basketball with an opportunity to expand the lead to 20 plus for the first time today. Como to Purifoy. Into the corner, Whitehurst has got it. Feeds to Living, backs his way, shoots over Greenidge. And it's Greenidge with a rebound. Brown with the jam. Pippin topside. Como. And then Whitehurst. But a screen, an illegal screen. Created by Living. 5 in, 5 out. Coyotes putting Lewis, Durant, Washington, Finch, and Reed in as the 5 on the floor exit. Brown couldn't get it to fall from 6 feet away. Reed with it. There's at least one more conference game for the Coyotes. They've got LBW on the schedule before Christmas. So at least one more before the holiday involving a conference foe. Durant missing on the 3, rebounded by Moore. From the corner, Brown with a miss, Washington with the rebound. Back to Durant. That is Lewis. Finch in the corner. Reed from near the elbow. He's got it. Back to a 19-point game. Got a bucket, got a foul as well. Brown with the and one coming up. Fits into the paint, trying to get rid of it. Durant able to come up with a loose ball. Feeds it to Washington. He'll jam it in for 2. Reed the rebound. Wright the foul. And we have hit the media timeout. It looked like the official was telling Wright, kind of with the eyes, you may want to watch what you say. Didn't team up. But man, looked like he might be getting close. 3:45 to play.
You've started this journey by yourself, but you won't have to go it alone. Because now you're a part of something, a community that wants you to succeed, thrive. Here, you'll discover found family, fellow travelers, Coyotes. That's the pack. That's Coastal Alabama.
Last media timeout. If we have a clock stoppage for a timeout from here on out, it will be team charged. 3:45 to play. Coyotes by 18. They've been as far removed as 19. Haven't been able to get it over the 20-point barrier yet, though. Trying again. Tipped into the corner, Wright able to save it. Brown with a miss on the 3. Rebounded by Moore. And he'll get bumped, bring it to the glass. So more than 76% free throw shooter shooting. Gateway is 1-2 coming in against ACCC teams. Coyotes hoping they fall to 1-3 against the conference. Definitely got the advantage with 3 minutes to play, and stepping out is Durant. But don't have it wrapped up yet in a 17-point game. Highest Florida Gateway output of the year, 108 against LSA Prep. Their worst output, 51 against Polk. So not going to have in the season highs or lows as far as points scored in this one. Laid in by Fitch. That was a 2-spin trip. Turns into 2. Out to Pippen. Still a 17-point game, and now you've got a minute less on the clock. It was 3:07 when we talked about it previously. It is less than 2:07 now. Laid up and in by Elijah Lewis. Drive by right for 2. Coyotes rebounding in a big way to that 1-point loss to Bevel State. Stolen away. The lean in, off the rim, put back by Reyes. Not there, Reed with it. Easy 2 for Washington. Well, as I mentioned, tonight, 7:30, University of Mobile's JV. Coastal Alabama South here on JockJive. How about a little razzle-dazzle? All right, how about a little more razzle-dazzle? Nope. The windmill jam not there, but the 2 are nonetheless. Three off the rim. Rebounded by Reed. And Pippen going to dribble it out. And the Coyotes are about to win this one by 23. And that is your ball game. Coyotes 85-62 winners, improving that overall mark to 6-5. And the home record, well, it will improve to 4-2. Their Saturday record, 1-1. And against non-ACCC opponents, it is 4-2. 85-62 your final. And don't forget, Coastal Alabama South and the University of Mobile's JV coming up at 7:30 tonight. We're going to pack up the gear, head there, and have that one for you at 7:30. For all the Coastals and JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.